Hey, you're watching GEEKCASTER. That's right. I'm Michael Seven Michael, and we've gotten the studio.
We got Dayveonne Bussy here.
We also have Dana. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so this is part 2 of our conversation about female villains, female heroes, and we're about to make this transition talking into cosplay. But first, from our last episode, since it's part 2, part 1, we're going to try to get Dana to watch horror films because she doesn't watch horror films. And Dana, you were just saying there's a certain amount of Disney films that you got to watch after a horror film so you don't have any nightmares.
Yes.
Is that a real thing or you just made that up?
Oh, no, that's a real thing. Like, that's what I do.
Okay.
I'm not even lying. I'm a big baby, and also I'm very, I guess, impressionable when it comes to certain movies and things just, like, stick in my head.
Gotcha.
So the last thing I need is, like, a slasher film being stuck in my head when I'm trying to go to sleep. You know, it's not fun.
You could have Dayveonne wearing that mask.
Well, when I'm wearing Ghostface, I scared you at first.
You know what? I mean, I've gotten over my fear of Scream. You know, because I watched it originally, like, you know, on Blockbuster, just to...
Oh, bring us back to... Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm up there. So, you know, give or take, like, what was that? 20 years, you know, or so since it, you know, it's been a while. So I'm good now. You know, I've had plenty of time to watch plenty of Disney movies.
Plenty of time. You know, a film I need to watch again.
What?
Omen, the original, The Omen.
I am not watching that. I'm done. No.
And Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, I could do
There's a couple oldies but goodies I got to check out again. But we'll talk in a week. But we're making it happen, and we will come up with a math for everyone out there. Dana will give the official word of how many, and I'm thinking it depends, right? Depends on how many kills would be like how many
kills, how much blood splatter, number of victims, and then also I think it's like your preference of what typically scares you. You know, so for me, it's the gore aspect that scares. But for some people, it's more of like the supernatural stuff, and for others, it's clowns.
Like with me, as a kid, and y'all may laugh at me, I did not like the movie Ghost.
Was that your horror when you were growing? Was Ghost a horror film?
Which film Ghost? Wait, Patrick Swayze?
Ghost, yeah.
You in danger, girl.
I don't even.
No.
Well, you know, it was a little scary. No, I'm good. I got jokes. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
No, it was a certain scene in the film that scared the crap out of me as a kid, where the spirits get taken away by these black entities, and that scared the crap out of me as a kid.
Well, you know what? I would say this for all those people that don't believe in karma. Dum 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 dum. I think that was for them. And that's an interesting artistic interpretation of who could happen. Who knows? Who knows? But I love it. I know that a lot of people were afraid of that, Dayveonne, so don't feel bad. I heard a lot, like even around the time, that was the thing that really made a lot of people think like, wow, maybe I got, at least for a month, people were like, maybe I need to be a good person. Maybe I just can't just randomly, who knows, right?
Right.
But then after a while,
after the month, like,
yeah, that's just a movie. Yeah. They saw a bunch of Disney films and they were like,
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? Can we Google when did Ghost come out and what Disney films came out after?
Ooh.
Because that would have been like, hold on a second. Yeah, let's see. When did Ghost come out?
That came out
1990.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what Disney films came out in 1990? Oh, wow.
I got the Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah.
DuckTales the movie.
DuckTales. Woo!
3 Men and a Lady. Because that they kept pushing that series. 3 Men and a Baby. Roller Coaster Rabbit. I don't even know if I didn't even know that existed. I guess that was off the success of Roger Rabbit, but I didn't even know there was another. The Prince and the Pauper with. Okay. Well, I'm sure people saw DuckTales the movie. Out of all these, those are the only ones I could think that people actually watch.
I don't think I.
Wait, Dick Tracy was a Disney movie?
I don't think so. Was it?
Yeah.
No, Dick Tracy is Stone.
Yeah, yeah, they don't own that.
They got down Dick Tracy as a Disney film.
Where?
I don't think so. I mean, well, I think they probably did more than one. Let's see.
No, I have it down as a Touchstone Pictures.
Produced by Warren Beatty. Yes, Touchstone. Touchstone Silver Screen Partners. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it down as Disney though.
Nope.
What you talking about?
Yeah, what you talking? Trust me, if Disney owned Dick Tracy, there would have been another 3 more Dick Tracy films. So they so love you, Disney, but so funny.
Production companies, Touchstone and Silver Screen Partners for
the let's do a prediction. Disney will buy at least one of my properties for $1 billion. I put it out there because they buy everybody once you do something. So Disney, write my check, $1 billion. Bang, let's go.
Wait a minute, hold on. It does say though. Oh no, wait, no. Distributed by Buena Vista Pictures. So
now,
Buena Vista was owned by Disney.
It was, right.
So there is some correlation there.
There's some correlation. Also, by now, Disney might have bought all those companies up, so they might own it now anyway.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay. Now watch it on Disney Plus.
Because you know what? Now I think about it, because Fox bought a whole bunch of stuff, and then Disney bought a whole bunch of stuff from Fox. So there's a lot of things that might not say Disney, doesn't mean they don't own it now.
Correct.
But as far as going back in the past, it was not a Disney film. So, all right, cool.
Correct.
So, cosplay.
I'm not watching it after. I'm not watching Dick Tracy after a horror film.
Dick Tracy wasn't scary.
Some really great acting and makeup, and between the acting, makeup, and the costumes, it actually is an underrated film because they had some really good performances there. Music,
especially by Madonna.
She did great. She did a good job. Yeah, even if you're not a Madonna fan, you can't say that she didn't deliver what was needed. You know, because it's supposed to be like a tongue-in-cheek 1930s, 1940s kind of thing. Right? His 30s or his 20s, Dick Tracy?
That would be 30s, I think.
Well, 30s, yeah.
Right, because the gangsters and the bootlegging and the... Yeah, that would be.
All the bootlegging and all of the stock carving.
Yeah,
all of that.
All the cars and stuff. Yeah. Guys and Dolls, one of the best musicals ever. Guys and
Look,
dolls.
yeah. I'm gonna basically bring this cat here and basically run this city, okay?
In fact, Dana, because you's aware of the whole Long Island, you ever heard of a thing called Usedan?
Usedan?
That camp, Usedan, the performing arts and stuff camp in Long Island?
No, about that one. Where is it?
In Long Island. I don't know exactly which town.
Yeah, saying Long Island as if Long Island isn't long. It's long for a reason. You gotta explain yourself now. North, south,
Y'all give me confused.
North Shore, South Shore.
Y'all give me confused.
Hold on, hold your horses there.
From Jersey, okay?
Oh.
Y'all got your time.
They have more than one location. They're making money.
Ooh.
That's interesting. I'm trying to see where.
Money out Long Island.
Jersey is better.
I will look that up. But yeah, so what do you guys think of cosplay today, as far as where we've been? Let's just say within the last 5 years. As far as these are the categories: originality, execution, and popularity.
I think it got more popularity now because of the pop culture aspect. So when people go to these cons, especially these popular cons, they go with familiarity. A lot of people become utilizing what may work because of what's it now. So
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
And next year I want to see you cosplay, because Dayveonne is funny. Dayveonne doesn't cosplay at the conventions, but after the conventions, you don't go all out. But
I don't go.
Right after the con, every year he goes all out. He'll be like Red Hood. He'll be like several different things around Halloween. And you're like, you never do that during the con. So next year, I want you to go all out during the actual con.
I dressed up as Adam Hunter from Streets of Rage.
This year?
Yeah. Okay. At New York Comic Con. It's just that nobody recognized him. So I was like, screw it. I'm just a regular guy with a red dress shirt with spanglers and black jeans and freaking red shins with the red Jordans.
So, but all right. So, Davey, on your opinion, like, okay. So you said with the popularity, and what do you feel about execution originality? Has it gone up, gone down, stayed the same? What are you thinking?
I really feel as though it gone a little up. Like, because I'm starting to see a lot of people build bulkier and bigger cosplay outfits that stand out. So it give you that full effect of the character of that they're portraying. So, like, maybe a Transformers character, a Goro character, or something like that. Those are more of a standout compared to. Excuse me for saying this, and I'm not putting females down on this one. There's a lot of women that use their assets to expose for certain characters.
But to be fair, right? I mean, I'm thinking of some characters come to mind, but that's the character, though.
No, it's
you know what I mean?
That. I'm like, she can't help it. She's just drawn that way.
Or
right.
No. And
actually, well played. That was
well played.
I see what you did there, Roger Rabbit. I see what you did there. But that's true, though. But that's not really them using or any kind of thing. I mean, if you draw a character, I mean, if you have a character with your breasts out to here, right? Let's just keep it real. And someone says, well, I'm being that character, so my breasts are out to here.
No, and I agree. But right now, I guess it's not the most exciting thing anymore. Because before it was, but I guess because of the stuff that was going on in the past, where the people were being harassed and touched inappropriate, but now at the cons,
It's
I
like
start.
nails on a chalkboard. I'm not gonna attack you, but like,
But
what do you mean by
I
the most
think it went
exciting
down.
thing? What do you mean?
Because a lot of people, some people looked at it as opportunity, notoriety, and also trying to cash in to basically get into what they really trying to do, and that's like modeling and stuff like that when it came to cosplaying.
I'm kind of confused of what, but Dana, you go. I'm kind of confused because you kind of dipped and dodged, and
Now I'm like, well, I mean, for me, I hadn't started the cosplay until like what, maybe 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And my first cosplay was like Bulma, but from this one person named Adorned by Chi. She used to make a lot of like kind of like blurred t-shirts and things like that. And so she dressed up as Bulma one time, and I was like, oh, I want to do that Bulma. And it was super dope. So I did that. I also then did Bumblebee from Teen Titans Go.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun because I feel like for me, what the reason why I like to cosplay and I try to cosplay as characters that, you know, are more, I guess, uplifting for women, or at least Black women, or just things like that. So it's like I wanted to just bring more awareness. Bulma, she's smart as hell, and also, you know, it connects to STEM. Then I was Bumblebee from Teen Titans Go, so just, you know, showcasing a Black character, because I also feel like, unfortunately, for a lot of Black cosplayers and, you know, cosplayers of color, a lot of times, you know, we get looked at as like, oh, why are you dressing up as this person? This person is white, or this person has different color, you know? And we're kind of like, no, we're emulating a character that we would like to be, you know? And it's like, now y'all want to bring race into this too? Like, that's real whack.
But
yeah,
the
and
thing is, I'm sorry, but my thing is like, you're doing it because you love the character, not because you're trying to change the race of the character or anything. It just happened to be your own interpretation of that character. So let me correct what I was saying without. So pretty much what I'm saying is, you had people that were capitalizing on the whole cosplay aspect for whatever gains they can get. That's what I was trying to say. So whether
I think I understand where you're going with it, but keep going, and I'll say my unadulterated, unpolitically correct response.
Okay. So pretty much what I was trying to say is, it's not the fact that women were exposing themselves or certain characters and that's how they drawn. It's just the fact that there were characters that were overly sexualized in the cons because of the fact that you had people that were creeps. You had people that were using their status as photographers or as magazine business to capitalize on certain people at the time during the early 2000s early 2010s and stuff like that. That's why I was trying to say.
You got to pause. I want to move on because it's just you're hitting great points, but they're kind of all over the place because. And we could actually do this, and maybe we should have one or two of those photographers come on the show and just because first of all, if a character's overly sexualized and you like that character, and you like them because you like them, and if you want to dress like them because you want to, and they should be any individual, male or female, or however you want to define yourself, should feel comfortable and in a safe space around people that love the arts and comic books and anime, and you should feel safe no matter what, no excuses, that's it. If you like a character that has a piece of tape here and a rubber band here, and you dress up like that, you should feel safe and feel good because that's that environment. So that's one thing. Now, the other topic, which I think is interesting that you're kind of bringing up, is yes, as New York Comic Con becomes more of a pop con than a comic book convention, the fact it's so popular, you do have people that all of a sudden, oh, I can get attention, people could take photographies, I can get more fans on all the social media things, I'm going to cosplay. Which one can I get the most attention? Oh, I can be naked over there. That'll give me attention. I could be a star overnight. That's kind of one of the...
Correct.
But those are totally different conversations. So, like, you know, I guess I got to react to that just for the youngins out there. Because, one, I don't want any young boys feeling, well, you're dressing sexy, so I could just... No.
Exactly.
Nor... I don't think anyone on any side of it should shame anybody. That's what you like. That's what you want to dress up with. That's it.
Right.
End of story.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a thing out there with, you know, but the same thing with podcasts. How many people we know that during the pandemic just streamed as many anime as possible? Now, you know, paid Instagram to get sponsored. Now they got 100,000 followers, and they put a couple bobbleheads behind them. Now they're like in the culture. Not you, but that was funny. That was funny.
Oh, sure, like.
No, you've been doing it a while. Dayveonne's real. He actually loves this stuff. So I think that is a thing. But I think that's also why we're seeing a shift in the attendance at the cons, even the tables, where this is becoming so much of a pop con that it's like, well, why go? And I know a lot of people that didn't even go.
Right.
Because they don't feel the same kind of, and people have been saying that for the years, things have changed, but this is the first year things have changed, so I'm not going. I've never heard that before. So, but okay, so as far what I've noticed, it's been this weird kind of like over here and here where lazy cosplay and super intricate. I didn't see the gradient scale that much this year. So I thought that was interesting. And I think less people participated, like, or at least fully, like you'll have, some anime characters where they're just kind of wearing a suit and a red tie. And I've seen people do that and not even wear the wig and the makeup, like not go all out. That's becoming more popular. Like I just did enough to say I'm kind of a character. And you didn't really see that years ago. People kind of did their thing. Yep.
So do you think that was more towards the writer strike and the actor strike because there wasn't enough content for people to be creative? Or do you think it was just people just was like, whatever?
I think people just whatever. Because the writer's strike really affected San Diego Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. But the writer's strike was over for New York Comic-Con. The only strike that was still going on was SAG-AFTRA, which is still going on now. So that stopped. Certain conversations they couldn't have interview. Like you could ask me about my dog, what cologne I'm wearing, how was my day, but you can't ask me about the film because we're in the strike right now. So,
but. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. We'll see. Also, there was the weather was really bad, so maybe some people didn't feel like going all out for the weather. So I think next year,
New York. So of course there was going to be rain.
Right.
Yeah. But this is the first time there was rain, right? I think the last.
There's been other times when we had New York Comic Con where it was raining.
Yeah.
It was. But not every day.
That much, like in the past, it wasn't raining that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't raining that bad.
Soaking wet. It was abysmal.
Yeah.
Like, it was horrible. Yeah. But I think it's more interesting, like, to hear your perspective on cosplay because I feel like I am new to this. And like just seeing that, like, even though I still like appreciated a lot of it, you know, I mean, going to Comic-Con is so exciting for me. Like, I kind of want to start to see if I can go to other cons, you know. But for this one, it's like I go mainly because since I am an educator and I do teach reading, you know, I want to make sure that I you know, find panels on education or some books on education, but mainly I do still just go for the whole culture. I really, really love it. Yeah. But this year was the first time that I saw the cosplay contest Saturday night, and I mean, I thought that some of the costumes were incredible. The amount of time spent, and then hearing the materials that they use. Like, one person used thousands of diet soda cans to create her costume. And then the one, there was a lot of controversy though, because you had one person who dressed up as a character Mimic. It was a giant, spooky bookcase. Had like so much detail, you know, from afar, but didn't even place. And you know, I think the first place, and I'd say maybe the second place, I was like, okay. Definitely the first place winner, I was like 100%. Yeah, because I mean, her costume was so bedazzled and bejeweled. It was beautiful. But third place winner was Mighty Thor. And I mean, maybe like up close, we couldn't see all of, you know, the intricacies of, you know, how everything was put together, you know, but a lot of people were not happy with the results from the contest. So I don't know if that speaks to anything that you also saw. But this year I was real cute. I'm gonna show you my picture.
Yes.
Oh,
represent.
yes. How adorable she looks.
Yeah, so it was super cool being Gadget, and then also being next to the voice of Gadget. So getting to actually meet the person who I used to love watching in Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers growing up. I think that was such a highlight, and I will never ever forget that ever. So
and that's what's so beautiful about the con. You could have those moments, those highlights. Also, shout out to Dayveonne, which was really cool. A couple of years ago, you were the what's that? The Against the World. What was it?
Oh, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Versus the World.
Yeah. That was great. Not only.
I was a black version.
Not only about to say, not only the black version, just because people don't do that. And that was awesome. So this con, they had some original, like I saw April O'Neil, and I don't even think I've seen one before that. And then there was a Weird Al Yankovic with Michael Jackson. That was off to the left, which was great. So there was a couple, and I love to see when people just pick something that might not be popular at the moment. You know, I think that's great. They just thought it's like, oh, what's hot this year? Okay. Actually, I thought I was going to see more Ahsokas.
I did too.
I saw quite a few.
There was quite a few.
I really quite a few.
It was?
I saw at least four. But I mean, I thought it was going to be like an army of Ahsokas. Because remember, years ago, there was like a whole army of Deadpools.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there was an army of Harley Quinn. You know?
And then the army of Black Panthers and Shuris.
That's right. So I was really surprised. Like, where are all the Ahsokas at? Like,
this year
they had Rebels. That's why.
There was what?
Rebels or Clone Wars. That's why.
Well, there you go.
But
we're gonna run out of time. I don't want it to be clip. We could keep talking. I want it to be clip. But thank you very much for watching. You're watching GEEKCASTER.